Hi, ladies. It's Heather Pillow. Nice to see you all here. We are going to be starting something new. We're going to be doing an interview series with some of our teammates, our pearls. And our very first one, our inaugural interview, if you will, is going to be with Carrie Brunclik. She has been in since December of 2014 and has just done amazing things with her business. She is now hovering in the top 5 of our team, kicking butt, and is just on the brink of promoting to director. So we're going to ask her a few questions and let her share some of her success and what makes her business tick. Hi, Carrie.
Hi, how are you?
Good, good. Okay, so if you don't mind starting off, just introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you personally. And if you'll jump in and tell us a little bit about your history with this industry, that would be great.
Okay. Well, like Heather said, my name is Carrie Brunslick. I am 25 years old. I got married about 2 years, 4 months ago. My husband is 12 years older than me, and my stepson is 18, and he just started college. So that's a little crazy. People get shocked by that, but whatever. It's totally, I love it. But my history with Pure Romance, I actually was a client of Heather's all the way back in slumber parties, and I was supposed to attend one of her parties for the first time, but then she had a snafu with babysitting, so I ended up with a different consultant, which I don't remember her name, but she was great, but that's the problem. I don't remember her name. So the next party I went to was Heather's party, and we just clicked, and I loved her, and I knew immediately that I wanted to do it, but I sat for like a year and a half, 2 years. And the reason that I did that was I kept coming up with excuses after excuse. So I want to finish my bachelor's degree. I want to get my master's degree. I want to buy a house, get married, have kids. Like, if I kept going with my excuses, then I would never do it. And what my real excuse was that I didn't tell Heather until after I started was that I was terrified to talk to people. I was terrified to talk in front of people. I was terrified to talk to strangers. I was terrified, and it's funny because now I get in front of people and I just talk and talk and talk like I am now. I just babble and, they love it. And it just gets easier with every party. I think it took me maybe 10 parties to stop getting nervous before parties. And it really helps with everybody. You just kind of have to bite the bullet and do it. And yeah. Just go for your dreams, and it is all about the hustle.
So was there one thing in particular that pushed you over the edge and made you decide, okay, now is it?
Yes, and it's actually really funny. So it was the December kit sale. I guess you guys started in December back in like 90 something. So it's like the annual Founders Day sale, and it was 75% off, and it was a crazy deal. I went big or went home, and I kept talking to my husband about it off and on for 6 months. And he was like, you just have to do it. So he made up this dicks to profits ratio. But he was like, well, you have to do it because, look, you can make all this money back. And if you don't like it, then we have a box of fun. And I was like, okay, I'll totally do it. So I was super nervous. I was totally afraid that I was going to fail. But he believed in me. And that's what I needed because I never believed in myself enough. And I think that is what makes a really strong relationship is when your partner believes in you. But I needed to believe in me. I needed the confidence. And that's what Pure Romance has brought for me.
Awesome. Oh, I love it. And I love a supportive spouse because I'm with you. I would not be here almost 10 years later if my husband had not been completely behind me all the time, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about your first month in business. So you signed right before Christmas, and you don't get your kit right away because the warehouse is closed for the holidays. So what did you do?
So between December 15th, when I ordered my kit, and January 6th, when I got my kit, I was telling everybody that I joined Pure Romance. I gave them my website. I was promoting it. And then I asked you whenever you thought I would get my kit. So I scheduled my launch party for literally 2 days after I got my kit. I got my kit on Wednesday and I had my party on Saturday. And I was terrified. I had 15 girls confirm. The day of the party, 10 of them canceled because, they always think, oh, well, she won't miss just me. Okay, well, if 10 of you do it, yes, I do. So what I did was I didn't let it get me down. Actually, I did let it get me down. I lied. I let it get me down. I went and took a nap after my launch party, and I was going to shadow a party with you that night. So I went and took a depressive nap. I like cried myself to sleep because only 5 girls showed up. And so then I talked to you, and you were like, look, your friends are not going to run your business. And boy, are you right, because to this day, I've only had 2 friends host a party for me. One of them was my matron of honor, and that took her 7 months. But my other friend, she's having her 3rd party with me this month.
Nice.
So you always have one friend who's like, yeah, let's do this.
Right.
But no, I talked to you that night, and you said, look, call all the girls that canceled, see if they want to have a party, see if they want to order. So I actually ended up with more outside orders for my launch party than I had inside orders, and I booked a party from one of the girls that had canceled on me, and so that kind of launched my business.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, I'll share as well that my first party was 4 girls, and to this day, my 2 oldest friends have never hosted a party for me 10 years later. They've shopped, they've attended stuff, but they've never hosted. So it's just, if I sat around and waited, just like you, if I sat around and waited for somebody to hope and pray that they were going to help me out and start my business, then I would be out of business. So good for you for jumping in there and doing it. So tell us about your first party beyond your launch party.
Okay, I got to think back. Okay, so my first party beyond my launch party, I believe, was the one that I booked from my launch party.
Okay.
So that was about 5 girls. 2 of them were broke. 1 showed up late. So I think I had 3 or 4 orders from it. I booked a party from that party, but then it didn't hold because I actually recruited that girl. And she's still on my team. She's a cute little girl. She's kind of hesitant, and she's got a couple of things going on right now, but she really wants to make this business work. So then I had no parties. So I had to call people. I had to ask people. I got on yard sale sites on Facebook. I asked family and friends, and my mom keeps saying she's going to have a party, but she still hasn't. So, you can't rely on your friends and family. So just call and ask. And I know it's hard. It's so hard because it's still hard for me. So don't be afraid to do it. Just bite the bullet and do it. And it's not going to kill you.
Now, was the hostess that you just talked about that signed, was she your first recruit?
Yes. No, actually, she wasn't. I found another girl from a yard sale site, and she signed on randomly. And
how far in were you when you signed her?
I believe it was February. And then at the end of February, the other girl, the hostess, signed.
Okay. Recruiting has come pretty naturally for you. It's something that I think in this business, you either are a natural recruiter or you're a learned recruiter. Doesn't mean that if you're not a natural recruiter that you can't figure it out, but you have to learn how to do it. Which one do you consider yourself?
I actually consider myself more of a learned recruiter. I can see where I would be more half and half, but I lean more towards the learned recruiting because I was a PR vomiter because I loved it so much. I thought it changed my life, regardless of whether I was making money from it or not. It made me confident. It made me believe in myself. So I honestly think that I'm a learned recruiter, and a lot of the stuff that Jessie Lee actually said about, I don't remember when she first said it, but she says it all the time, so it doesn't matter anyways. So I listened to her. She said, ask them what's the worst that could happen, and ask them, say, this is not a rhetorical question. I want to know what's the worst that could happen. And then whenever they say, oh, I don't make money, you say, okay, you make your money back. You decide it's not for you, and then you have a box of fun. You didn't lose any money. You actually have a product. And then you ask them, what's the best that could happen? And they're like thinking small. They're like, oh, I could, have extra money for daycare, or I could, pay for my cell phone bill or something. And you're like, no, dream big. You could pay off your house. You could pay off your car. No more debt. Stay at home with your kids. So once they start dreaming like that, I think it gets them out of their shell, and they're like, you know what? If I don't try, I'm going to kick myself in 10 years because I didn't.
Yeah. Yep. Good. So would you mind sharing with us both your highest party sales and your lowest party sales?
Okay, so my highest party sales was about $1,700, and that was just last month. That was with a double hostess party out in Fairfax. There was about 10 girls, and only 9 of them ordered, I think. And then the 2 hostesses. My 2 hostesses each got like $300 worth of stuff, and I give crazy discounts, so I didn't make 50% off of the $1,700. But that's totally okay with me because I'd rather have happy hostesses who host with me again.
Yep.
Plus, then my party sales wouldn't have been that high because they would be like, oh, I can't afford $300 worth of stuff.
That's exactly right.
So my highest party was $1,700. My lowest party was less than $100. I met this girl on a yard sale site, and she's still contacting me about becoming a consultant, even though she buys everything else under the sun. So, you just can't push someone into doing it. And that party was less than $100. There was 4 girls there, including the hostess, and everyone bought like maybe 1 item. And it was kind of depressing for me, but I ended up learning from it that not every party is going to be a high sales party, but I still got to practice my spiel because I was new in the business. I think it was in February or March, so I was still very new in the business, and I didn't let it get me down.
Yep, good. What do you think that you do best, Carrie, in this business?
I think I encourage really well. I do like to participate on the Facebook groups. I try to do more on my Facebook group now, but I do still do a lot in the Pillows Pearls groups. I cheer people on. I like everything. I comment on a lot of things. I also have gotten really good at upselling and cross-selling. I really get the women to understand that I'm not in this to just give you the executive. I'm in this to find out what you really want.
Good. Excellent. And what is it that you feel like you are struggling with in your business or you need to work on?
Oh my God, hostess coaching. I'm terrible. I'm terrible with hostess coaching. I do not call people, but to be fair, they don't really like it when I call them anyways. So a lot of times I'll just slide dial them and I'll just leave them a voicemail and I'll just text them and I'll be like, oh, hey, text me back when you get this. So, I mean, it's been working for me so far, but I mean, I really could be better at it.
Got it. Do you have any big goals for the rest of 2015 or going into 2016?
Okay, so 2015, I want President's Club. I want to be a director at least. I want President's Club. My girls see me making money. They are not making money yet, but I do have a couple who are like on it. They had their launch party and they're like, yeah, like their eyes got all big. They saw the cha-ching. Like, so I think that they're really going to start recruiting here soon. And I understand that it's scary, and I took your advice. I think the first meeting you came over to my house and you said, I wish the one thing I wish was that I had started recruiting from day one. So I did. And that's what I tell my girls, and they're just scared. And I said, you know what? It's not as much responsibility as you really think it is.
No, it's pretty simple. Do you have any parting advice for our girls who are watching this and are new and maybe nervous?
You put me on the spot with this one. Just honestly, just believe in yourself. Like, you can believe in superstitions and you believe in Santa Claus till you were 8, and you can believe in God that you can't see. It's okay if you believe in yourself for 5 seconds.
Awesome. Yay. Thank you so much for taking the time. I really, really super appreciate it. And we can't wait to see you walk that stage at World Conference for President's Club. Thanks, love.
All right. Talk to you soon.